Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got a pretty serious show for you guys that we want you guys to stick around for. So please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel now. As y'all know, this Jerry Jones thing really created a lot of conversation in the media, especially after LeBron, went out there and, gave his take on it. Now, what happened? We all know the image that was released about 65 years ago of Jerry Jones at a rally trying to stop, schools from being integrated. Remember that? The story kind of died down. Some independent creators touched on it. Maybe some other voices touched on it. But it was only until the Lakers had to win against the Portland Trail Blazers when LeBron James was talking to the media, and he basically took them to task about their silence on the issue and not asking him about it. So for those of you who just need a quick refresher of what LeBron had to say, we want to play his comments for you now, his original comments, and then we're going to come back and react to what he had to say. So take a listen to what LeBron James had to say here.
I got one question for you guys before you guys leave. I was thinking when I was on my way over here, I was wondering why I haven't gotten a question from you guys about the Jerry Jones photo. But when the Kyrie thing was going on, you guys were quick to ask us questions about that.
Okay.
Hold on. And I don't even want you guys to say nothing. When I watched Kyrie talk and he says, I know who I am, but I want to keep the same energy when we're talking about my people and the things that we've been through. And that Jerry Jones photo is one of those moments that our people, black people, have been through in America. And I feel like as a black man, as a black athlete, as someone with power and a platform, when we do something wrong or something that people don't agree with, it's on every single tabloid, every single news coverage. It's on the bottom ticker. It's asked about every single day. But it seems like to me that the whole Jerry Jones situation photo, and I know it was years and years ago and we all make mistakes. I get it. But it seemed like it's just been buried under like, oh, it happened. Okay, we just move on. And I was just kind of disappointed that I haven't received that question from you guys.
So you heard what LeBron had to say there. Well, it looks like as if the owner of the most successful, in terms of the most valuable sports franchise in the universe, and Jerry Jones, has finally responded. And we're getting this from LakersDaily.com. So I just want to quickly read what the article has to say here. It says, Jerry Jones responds to LeBron James after Lakers star brings up infamous 1957 desegregation photograph. Los Angeles Lakers superstar LeBron James recently criticized members of the media for not asking him about the photo that depicts Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones looking on as white students tried to stop desegregation at North Little Rock High in Arkansas in 1957. He then asked the question to the media. Then Jerry Jones responded. After some time, Jones has finally responded to LeBron. He said, well, first of all, you have to hear me say how much I think of LeBron, said Jones during a recent radio appearance. I don't know of anybody I respect anymore. I don't know of anybody that has taken every opportunity he's had and maximized it. He's not only an absolute great ambassador for sport, he has taken sports, he has taken his venues and used those platforms. I want to be sure that you know where I'm coming from. It made buttons pop off my chest, so to speak, when he would talk about how much of a Cowboys fan he was. He would have made a great tight end, and that doesn't change. There's nothing about any of that that changes. And I did hear what he had to say. Jones was then pressed a bit for a more direct response regarding the comments. Excuse me, he said. I've just given them to you there. Certainly, he has influence just because of all of the above. His accomplishments, how he's utilized his sport, how he's utilized his platform, how we have done it. He has enhanced basketball. He's made a lot of people a lot of money. I hope I have too. What are my thoughts on this exchange here. First of all, I think that the point LeBron brought up was a good one. It was a fair one in terms of the level of scrutiny the Kyrie Irving situation got, and then the fact that they immediately asked him about it. Now, some people have said, well, they asked you about it because, he's your former teammate. I don't believe so. I believe that they wanted to get a response from him, which they got. And I think LeBron brings up a valid point where he's like, listen, you guys wanted an opinion on that. Why don't you ask me about this? Right? I think that's fair. I don't think he's going too far. I just think he asked them. I think he brought up a fair enough point. In the case of Jerry Jones, I've heard various voices say, well, we would like a little bit more clarification from Jerry Jones. We'd like him to go a little bit further. We'd like him to denounce X, Y, and Z, denounce racism, denounce this, speak a little bit more about that photograph. Why exactly were you there? What are your thoughts about that time? And all of these different things, right? Here's the skinny. All of those things that you're requesting from Jerry Jones are great. I don't think you're going to get them for a few reasons. Number one, as I aforementioned, Jerry Jones is the owner of the most successful sports franchise in the universe. I believe the Dallas Cowboys, I know they're worth over $4 billion. Let me just quickly verify this. How much is the Dallas Cowboys worth? The Dallas Cowboys as of August, this is via Forbes, 2022, the Dallas Cowboys as a franchise are worth $8 billion. That dwarfs any other sports franchise. I think the Yankees are number 2. I could be wrong. Or maybe the Knicks. It's one of those two anyway. So they're I'm bringing that up to say this. Jerry Jones, my pockets are bigger than yours. Jerry Jones is a multi-billionaire, right? And they operate with a different set of rules, whether you like it or not, right? And I just don't see Jerry Jones feeling the pressure to come down and feel like he has to answer people. I believe that Jerry Jones also understands that he has a product that's going to sell regardless. There are a lot of people that, although they do agree with LeBron James and the position that he took, they're still going to watch Dallas Cowboy games, period, end of story. They will support LeBron and but when football Sunday or Monday, whatever it is, comes on, they will be watching the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones understands that. That's number one. Number two, they have such a huge following. If Jerry Jones decides not to give an apology or answer, it's not going to hurt his bottom line. It's not. And that's the fact of the matter. And in the case of Kyrie Irving, his bottom line could be hurt. Period. End of story. This now, comes back to the conversation about ownership. You can demand what you want from people. Yeah, you can. But if those people are in a position of ownership, no matter who the people are, they're not going to answer you. You don't own anything. So they're like, okay, you want a response? Sure. I'm not going to give it to you, though. That's just the reality of the universe. The moment you start owning things, things will begin to change. The moment there's a mental shift towards ownership, then things will change. And there needs to be a serious shift. I'm talking about a serious shift in the mindset. Things that you believe are valuable, whether they're cars, whether they're jewelry, whether they're looking rich, whether they're looking like getting clothes, those things, you need to discard them. I'm not talking about one person. I'm talking about an entire people. The minute you start placing less value on those things and you start placing value on ownership, then maybe as a group you have more ownership, then maybe people will be able to say, wait a minute, these people are serious here. It's just the reality of the universe. It's just a reality. What happened to Kyrie is simply that Kyrie, all of his money came from another source. That's the problem. Kyrie doesn't own the Nets. He's not like as if he owns the Nets and he's playing for the Nets and he's paying himself. No. You're an employee for the Nets. So your number one source of money comes from another entity. Number one, your endorsement money comes from Nike, which you don't own. So if they want to drop you, they can. You know why? Because it's their company. It's just their company. Now, there are other billionaires that have their own thing going where they can say whatever the hell they want and there's nothing you can do to them. Nothing. Because their wealth is not tied to another entity. So I think the moral of the story is Jerry Jones is not going to respond. He will not respond, or he will not give you the answer you're looking for because he understands he doesn't have to. Now, if you think it's fair or unfair, it's irrelevant. The question is, what are you going to do about it? And I'll close with this quote. I remember this guy, Arnold Schwarzenegger, said something to me that was said something. Arnold Schwarzenegger said something to me. I don't know Arnold Schwarzenegger. I heard, an interview. Anyway, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger, before he became a Hollywood actor, he was already a millionaire, right? He was already a millionaire through bodybuilding, I think construction, and real estate. And he said something that I never heard anybody else say. He said, I didn't feel comfortable, listen to this, buying a house until I had my first rental property. When you go home, sit down and think on that for a very long time. Think of the thought process. Essentially, it doesn't matter if he's talking about a house. He's talking about ownership. That's what he was talking about. It was very profound, extremely profound. The moment people get that concept, maybe then things will change. Players can complain from the morning to the moon to the sun and the stars. Let me ask you a question. If players wanted to start a league of their own, could they do it? Absolutely. Will they do it? Hell no. You know why? It takes way too much work. It takes way too much work, way too much sacrifice, way too much studying, and they're not going to do it. And people know this. So these are my thoughts and opinions. Some may agree, some may disagree. It's your right to have an opinion or agree or not. This is just my opinion. What I want to know from you guys, what do you think about everything that was said in this show? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.